Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into this, another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I'm Andy Graham alongside Randy Lee, and we'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments and talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Auburn continues their unbeaten streak. They are 14-0, number 5 in the country, as they take down Vanderbilt last night. Not the Commodores of last year. But my goodness, it was an exciting game. Came down to the wire. Auburn had a 14-point lead, I believe, in the second half, but the Commodores able to kind of whittle that away with some really hot shooting from a guy that's predicted to be a top 20, maybe top 10 kind of pick in the NBA next year. Aaron Nesmith. He had a, I don't know, maybe a somewhat quiet first half, but man, he turned it on in the second half. The star, though, was Saban Lee for Vanderbilt. He had 27 points. Auburn had just a hard time staying in front of him. He got to the basket pretty much whenever he wanted to. And you can see the difference in this Vanderbilt team and how much better they play this year under Jerry Stackhouse. I wondered what kind of coach he would make. But I think there's definitely a reason why people were so excited about him in the developmental league in the NBA. But nonetheless, Auburn moves on, 14-0, 2-0. Great start to the conference season, 2-0. Get a road win, get a home win. Georgia Bulldogs will be coming in to Auburn Arena this weekend. They are another very quality opponent. Go on the road and beat Memphis. Unable to take care of Kentucky at home, but I mean, that's going to happen to quite a few people. So Georgia 10-4 on the year, 0-1 in the league. We'll talk about that game probably a lot more tomorrow. But good to see everybody. Thanks so much for all of you out there joining us today. We'll talk about this basketball game, talk about some of the things that Bruce Pearl had to say, maybe even take a sneak peek at baseball. Baseball started preseason practice yesterday. Can you believe that?
And we've got, hopefully, a lot to look forward to. I know from a pitching standpoint, I'm excited about it, Andy.
Preseason number 6 in the country, according to the Perfect Game.
I can count on you to go out and research and find stats. So I'm just going to throw it out there. Do you already know this? When is the last time Auburn baseball was preseason ranked that high?
I don't remember. Maybe when a guy named Tim Hudson was pitching?
Well, Tim Hudson would have been coming from, was he at CVC? Was he at Chattahoochee Valley?
In 96, 90, yeah.
My point is he was only at Auburn a year.
Yeah.
Unless they knew what we were getting from the junior college ranks, I don't think we came into the preseason that year ranked 6th. Do you?
Probably not.
How about you out there? Do you know when is the last time Auburn baseball was ranked 6th? I know for a fact it couldn't be any time since Hal Baird left.
No.
And did they have a stretch during Hal Baird's time where they were actually preseason 6? I doubt it.
I mean, 2010 when Auburn hit all those home runs and won the SEC, the league that year.
Did we expect that?
I don't.
I can't
but I'm
remember.
talking about the next year. What we had coming back after the year, we might have been rated highly after that. I don't remember. But then, it was the BB Corbats came into effect, so that kind of rendered everything. Kind of turned the world upside down for baseball for a while. But anyway, it's a good question. I don't recall, but Auburn, I think 9 teams rated in the top 25 in the SEC. So the SEC still just incredibly dominant conference in the country. But Auburn got a lot coming back. Got a great mix of veterans and freshmen that got experience last year. They've the last 2 recruiting classes have been dynamite. For Butch Thompson. So there's some young guys on this roster that are want to make a name for themselves and are trying to get into the lineup. So a lot of excitement around the baseball program, the basketball program as well. So we'll talk about these things. Talk about anything you'd like to talk about. you got a subject you want to bring up, just dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page and comment away. Again, we appreciate all of you out there joining us, whether that be on radio, TV, or Facebook. We're brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center with 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply needs, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. You go and check out Russell Do-It Center and you'll be glad that you did. Also, Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, they know that business backwards and forwards. They are helping people save money each and every day by refinancing. Home mortgages right now, interest rates are really, really low. It's time to, it may be time to refinance for you. If it's your first mortgage or if it's a reverse mortgage you're looking into, all points in between, they can help you out there at Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, located right here in Alexander City, servicing the entire state of Alabama. 256-397-0248. Auburn 83, Vanderbilt 79. I'm sure you watched the game last night. What was your impression?
Well, first and foremost, Isaac Okoro is the best player on the court. It would be the takeaway most nights at this point. Doesn't mean you can't get 28 from McCormick like we did the previous outing, and it doesn't mean that Samir Dowdy doesn't continue to score at a 16 to 18 point a game. Best player Auburn's got is Isaac Okoro. Defensively, when you need a bucket like we needed with 1 minute to go in the ball game, were we tied or were we up by 2 at the time?
We were tied.
You know, you have a great out of timeout play call. You get Okoro, who's playing the 3 at the time, to get down on the right block, and just a little turnaround. He's fouled, goes to the free throw line, knocks him down. He's a guy that is starting to, and you can just feel it. Bruce Pearl said in his post-game presser, he said, we've got 6 seniors on this team. Mm-hmm. We got 5 real seniors, and we got Isaac Okoro that plays like a senior. Well, Auburn fans, get ready. Enjoy the 1 year that you're going to get with Isaac Okoro, because that's all you're going to get. The more he plays like he did last night, the more it's pretty clear that he's an NBA guy. I'm just glad we got him for the year that we got him.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's true. He's already projected right now, number 22 pick in the NBA draft in the first round. You get a first round draft grade, you go in college basketball. It's just the way it is. A lot of things to take away from this game. I mean, like you said, Samir Dowdy, only 6 points in this game, does not have a great night, but Okoro steps up. I mean, obviously, the dunk of the year so far. He says not even his best. He had better ones in high school, but he is so much fun to watch, and the poise that he has is really uncommon for a guy his age. But it does have that similar feel to it, though, that he's kind of like Okiki last year. I mean, you can literally just watch from the beginning, from game 1 to game 14, how much better he's gotten, how much more comfortable he's gotten. The light has come on, and he knows. I mean, he didn't even take Charles Barkley to say, hey, you're the best guy on the team. You need to play like it. I think he knew that maybe going in the back of his mind, but it's been proven that that's exactly that's the truth. And he is really starting to play, and he can take over a game.
I don't think from a leadership standpoint, too, with Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl may be taking the training wheels off for the rest of us and letting it be pretty clear within that locker room who he's going to lean on as we head down the stretch, because you just get a sense. I get a sense that he's the dude. People kind of know it, but you don't know. When you got an incoming freshman, you don't know if you're going to hit a midseason point where he shoots the ball poorly and you're going to get what John Petty has been the last few years, which he's not anymore, by the way, for Alabama. And we can talk about that here in the next few segments. But Isaac Okoro just seems to be getting more and more confident. He's more aggressive on the offensive end. Andy, we need that.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need him passive completely on the offensive end.
No, absolutely not. Because the offense, I'm like you said, I mean, until Javon McCormick the last couple of weeks has started to step up, I mean, it was Samir Dowdy, I guess. That's who the guy you would go to. But he can't create his shot as well as McCormick or Isaac Okoro. So it seems like that's starting to shift to when Auburn absolutely needs a bucket, you either go to one of those two guys or maybe you go to Austin Wiley.
Well,
and who would have ever thought that?
I would have never thought it. And midway through the season last year, I thought that it was not necessarily going to be a bust, but just not what we all expected.
Yeah.
And I don't know why any of us would expect more than we're getting right now. This guy is the best rebounder, I think, in the league. Last night, he controlled the boards. He had 12 rebounds, but Andy, a lot of them were contested rebounds. They weren't, you remember the old chump rebounds that Dennis Rodman got? He was so more active than everyone else out there on the court that when a ball was up off the rim, it wasn't fought for by his team. It was, that's mine. I'm about to eat it for lunch. Get out of my way. Austin Wiley had 3 or 4 rebounds last night where we needed them, and they were him going over the post player for Vandy to get them, and they were at crucial times. And defensively, he's a presence right now, too.
How about Austin Wiley hitting free throws down the stretch that saved the game for Auburn?
He's been doing it all year, Andy.
This was pressure.
Yeah, he looks more confident. He's got a great stroke. When he misses, I'm a little surprised, which means that the confidence level when he's walking up to the line's big. Isaac Okoro hit some key free throws last night. McCormick hit some huge free throws last night, and we're going to need that. Samir Dowdy, we almost expect. I mean, I think Auburn knows he's the closer when he's off his game a little bit offensively last night, so you didn't see him have to close as much as we'll see him. But he's going to hit his.
88 wins the previous 3 seasons and this year. That's the most in a 4-year period in Auburn history.
Well, they're about to blitz that record.
Up against the break. We'll be back right after this.
Start the new year off with something new during the Start Something New sales event at Bice Motors. Lease a 2019 Dodge Challenger SXT for $319 a month with 0 down. 2020 Ram Bighorn Crew Cab for $349 a month. 2020 Jeep Gladiator for $329 a month. And to honor our first responders, get an additional $500 rebate.
Come see us in Alex City.
Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Hidley Towers is an affordable senior citizen community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East, where spacious 1-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living, where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more about Alexander City's best kept secret, 256-329-0552, where your family at Hidley Towers. That's 256-329-0552.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Alex City Marines located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, and the Yerkes invite you by to see what they have available today. The 2020 Manitous and Landaus are in, and boy are they gorgeous. Also some great deals on demos. Take advantage of that while they last. Alex City Marine also is doing shrink wrapping, storage. Get in line now. In fact, call this number, 256-215-FISH. Alex City Marine, Alex City.
Plumbing, A&M Plumbing. Service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing. Service at its best when you need it most.
The Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales in Opelika has the largest selection of prestige cars, trucks, and SUVs in Central and East Alabama, all with financing available, little to no money down, and extended warranties. Get pre-qualified in under 2 minutes, online or from your mobile device at GillsPrestigeOnline.com. It's the Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales, 1430 Gateway Drive in Opelika.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you for about 45 more minutes in today's show, talking about Auburn's win over Vanderbilt last night, 83-79 in the Auburn Arena. Vanderbilt shoots 58%, or 59% if you want to round up, from the three-point line, made 10 threes. As I mentioned, Nesmith, he kind of went unconscious there toward the end of the game. I don't know what else they could have done. They had a guy pretty much in his face. I kind of hearkened back. I don't know if it went through your mind when Dowdy fouled him from three.
Yes, of course. All of Auburn fans, it went through their mind.
And then it went in.
Yeah.
But he misses a free throw. But just huge free throws down the stretch. Tigers have made a season high 28 free throws they made 28 of 38 last night. But during the past 4 games, Auburn has improved their free throw percentage by making 83 of 113, which is 73.5%. They've gone from about below 60 to 73.5%. That ain't bad.
That's great. A couple of keys last night: Auburn's penetration, Auburn's ability to get into the lane and finish when the opportunities presented themselves, offensive rebounds, second chance points. What were second chance points last night? 21-2.
Huge.
21-2 was the discrepancy on second chance points last night. Rebounds, Auburn owning the glass, which led to those second chance points. 39 rebounds to 28 last night.
And 14 offensive, like you said.
If it wasn't for that, you don't beat any team in the SEC that shoots like that. Because, when someone's going to go out there and shoot 60% from three, you're going to lose. As long as they're putting up enough. And I don't know any teams in our league moving forward after what Auburn did last night and after what Alabama's starting to do right now that don't look at that type of offense and say we have to play that way.
Yeah.
You agree with that, Andy? Let me ask, and I ask all of you out there, can you play a grinded out, I'm trying to think of a team recently, a Utah or maybe
Virginia. They grinded out.
A Virginia team, another Wisconsin a few years ago that played more of a half-court brand. Can that win in the SEC moving forward consistently?
It's a good question. Auburn's defense had been something they had relied on here. Coming into this season, Auburn's not a great shooting team. They do play more, but they do get out in transition, and they do. And that's what was odd about this game. We were not. We got out fast breaked by Vanderbilt, which was we needed that second chance points like you were talking about. In this day and age right now, I think you do need an up-tempo, fast-paced kind of game where you're shooting a lot of shooting a lot of threes, and I think if you got the athletes, anything can work. But it seems like right now this elevates this style of offense tends to give you an opportunity where maybe you didn't have in past years.
Well, I see it even more, and it's odd how you'll see things starting to happen in the high school ranks, and then it'll randomly move into the college, and then it goes to the pros. Actually, it's probably started more in the pros, but, buddy, I see it so much in the high school ranks where a team may not be athletically as gifted as another, but they, no matter what, they're going to defend you man-to-man full court, and they're going to make life miserable for you, and they're going to be in great shape, and they're going to coach defense, but they're going to have to get up and down, and the analytics prove that shooting threes or layups are the way to go. No 14-footers, no 12-footers. Don't mean you take the mid-range game completely out, but look at what teams do. The NBA, Harden doesn't shoot very many 16-footers, does he?
No.
He's either getting the ball to the hoop, trying to get to the free throw line, which James Harden does a great job of, or shooting the ball from the perimeter. And Steph Curry kind of moved it to that direction. And the Splash Brothers really made it to where that if you couldn't keep up with them, you were going to get run off the court. I think Bruce Pearl brings that dimension to the game, and I think kids coming out now want to play in that. And I think that that's what Nate Oates is doing a really good job with at Alabama, because the last two coaches they've had have not made it fun to watch offensively. And right now, they may go cold as ice, but if they're even shooting decent, they're scoring 90.
Yeah.
And it makes it scary here in the next couple of games where we've got to go over to Tuscaloosa and play a much improved Alabama team. I'm not calling them some great team, but it's the brand of offense. It's the brand of basketball that Bruce Pearl's brought.
It is, and you say this. Well, I mean, how do you explain? And again, I go back to Auburn had been playing really good defense coming into the Vanderbilt game, but it seemed like so many Vanderbilt had so many easy shots. What do you attribute that to? What do you attribute? Is it Jerry Stackhouse?
No, I'm worried about on-ball defense. I really am, because think of NC State and their point. NC State and their point matched up. We couldn't keep him out of the paint.
No.
We couldn't keep him in front of us. Samir Dowdy, Isaac Okoro, very good defenders, but when those two guys who are a little longer than the normal point are the one matched up with the point has seemed to be able to get around them more times than not. Now, if you match Dowdy or Okoro up with a 2 or a 3, not that big of a problem. So I haven't watched closely enough to see how well McCormick's doing defending the ball. Last year, I thought that was a strength for him.
He did a good job on Nick Weatherspoon.
I thought it was a real big-time strength for him last year. When he came into the ball game, it was a slight notch down offensively from Jared Harper, of course, but I thought, if anything, it was a slight step up defensively with McCormick. But that's 2 times now. Last night, we struggled big time keeping their point in front, and that was Scottie Pippen Jr. He did a great job. He broke us down, and when you're able to break down doesn't mean that you're always the scorer, but somebody's got to peel off and defend when you've lost touch. That leaves your man open, and a great point guard exposes you there, and I'm a little worried about it. Are you?
Well, after last night, yeah. Because those two guys are, Saban Lee and Nestor are big-time players.
True.
And there's some more of those out there that Auburn's going to see. Up against another break. We'll take your comments when we come back right after these messages.
At Mortgage Pro, we won't be able to finance a new car or new boat. We can't open you a checking account. Mortgage Pro specializes in mortgage loans. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your current home, the only way to go is Mortgage Pro. We can close in 15 days or less. We can offer the best rates in the mortgage industry. And we can waive appraisal fees on any new loan from September 1st until December 31st. Call Mortgage Pro today.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
I am Lisa McClendon from Country Financial, and I have spent years in our community helping people protect their homes, cars, and lives. I am proud to be a member of the 2018 National Championship Team and a National Advisory Council member for Country Financial. Complete financial security does not end with just insurance. I am also here to help you plan for your financial future.
Together, we can help you set up a step-by-step plan to reach financial security.
Let's talk soon.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization, wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat, full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. For about 30 more minutes in today's show, we're talking about Auburn's win over Vanderbilt last night. We're going to come back and take your comments and talk about Bruce Pearl's comments. But first, a little breaking news, I think, coming across the wire. Mike Leach, now the head coach at Mississippi State, perhaps could be hired by Mississippi State. That's the word right now.
I don't even know where to begin. Anyone out there that has watched our programming know that I'm a big fan of Mike Leach.
Yeah.
X's and O's, winning percentage at places that are very, very tough to win. I just like him. I just like the guy. I think that he's proven that he can be a winner. I think Mississippi State, if anything, is a major step up from the two programs that he has taken somewhere before. I think Mississippi State's better than Texas Tech on a yearly basis.
They're not a lot better, though, are they?
Well, Texas Tech has only been in a championship contention when he was the coach. Have they ever been before?
I don't.
Have they been since?
I don't keep up with the Red Raiders very much.
Well, you're not knowing tells you that no, they haven't, but they were then. Yeah. Michael Crabtree catching that ball.
There was a window there where they were
close. Yeah. Mississippi State under Dan Mullen was close. You know, they were ranked number 1 in the nation at one time. Yeah. They have never been a top-tier recruiting paradise, but they always have dudes on the defensive side. That's what I was telling you during the break. It just brings a little bit of spunk.
And they've never been more pass air raid. I don't ever remember Mississippi State being an air raid type program.
Not that.
So this will be something completely different than what they've been doing. So for Mississippi State, I think it's a good hire.
And it's wonderful for the SEC.
You talk about some characters.
I mean, now that can you imagine being at SEC Media Days, how many smiles are going to be on your face when you walk over there and maybe day 3 is Nick Saban, Lane Kiffin, and Mike Leach as your 3 that are going to be presented that day? I mean, come on. How much fun would that be? And the Egg Bowl now is going to be Lane Kiffin versus Mike Leach, and hopefully they have a little back and forth that goes on, and he gives some kind of soliloquy on what kind of animal that he believes that Lane Kiffin. Well, that's a good question.
Your
what
favorite
kind of animal would
tomato
you?
basil recipe? I mean, something.
I like him.
Yeah.
You don't.
I said I don't want him at Auburn. I don't mind the guy. I think he's very entertaining. I think he's look. LSU was the number 2 passing offense in the country. You know who number 1 was? Washington State, because they throw for about 400 yards a game. He is what he is. He is unapologetic about it, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to throw the ball 60 times a game, 50, 60 times. They're going to be a nightmare to play for Auburn and everybody else in the SEC West. Now, will he take them to an SEC championship? I highly doubt it. But again,
But who would?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to be entertaining, and I think that's okay with Mississippi State. They can claim that they want to win championships, but come on. If Mississippi State is a threat, is a 9-win team, and is entertaining, I mean, I don't know what else you can ask for in Starkville.
Sounds a lot like we used to sound with Auburn basketball.
Yes.
But you get a dude in there that can sell and can market and can advertise. I'm not saying Mike Leach can. I'm just saying it's in him. Does he have the salesmanship within the student body and the fan base? I don't know enough about him for that.
Now, this is real football now, too. He's been in Big 12 when it was there were some good teams there. And he's been out there in Pullman, Washington. This is real deal now.
Well, it depends on who he gets as a defensive coordinator.
And he's going to see defenses that he don't normally see.
Well, and he's going to have an opportunity to recruit guys that are just light years away from the expectation they get on a dude out at Washington State.
Yeah.
You know, they're just, the Joes and Boes are different on that side. We got him.
He can find a quarterback too,
and Mississippi
and he can turn one into an NFL quarterback.
I've been around these all-star games with Alabama and Mississippi. Those cornbread-eating defensive and offensive linemen they raise over in the state of Mississippi are second to none. And we've tried to go in there, and we've done a pretty good job, and Alabama's done a great job of going over there and raiding that area for some of their best. Does he keep some at home? Y'all's thoughts? Mike Leach named the head football coach at Mississippi State. I'll say this. They could have done a whole lot worse, Andy. You agree with that?
Oh, yeah. There's no – I mean, well, he's the what? He's the 4th choice?
Oh, I don't believe – I wonder, though, he may be the 4th choice, but he's the best of the 4.
Well
you disagree with that?
Could –
if you were – you got to put yourself in
I think Billy Napier may have been a better hire.
Well, just from a coaching standpoint.
Well, just from a coach – I mean, I think he's up. He's a younger guy.
Yeah.
He's energetic. I think he's done pretty doggone well at Louisiana. So again, I know you love Lee. I just don't love him as much as you do.
I just love that programs like Auburn basketball and Mississippi State football need something different.
If he couldn't beat Washington, he's not beating the big boys.
Yeah, we'll see. He beat some big boys at Texas Tech.
He did.
He took Washington State to what, an 11-win season?
Yeah, how many Big 12 titles they win?
We played him a few years ago, and it took us, barely getting by them, and they weren't there yet.
No, they
That
weren't.
was the year before they
And we were coming off the worst season in Auburn history.
Yeah, we were, but we were still.
And we didn't know what we had.
We ended up going playing for the national championship.
Yeah, but I bet we didn't win. I bet we didn't run one read option that whole game.
I like the hire. I feel if I were a Mississippi State fan, I'd be thrilled. Same as I was when Bruce Pearl was hired. Exact same. I just feel like a little life's going to be brought to a program that needs it.
Patrick says he thinks Todd Grantham would have been a home run hire. You're bored. That would be so boring for you, right?
Just beyond belief. Some programs, you just need a football guy. And just a football guy will get it done. Or some basketball programs just need a basketball mind to come in. They don't have to sell it. The product's already put in place. The culture's good. Just how about don't screw it up? I think that if Coach Cal ever decided to leave Kentucky for a while, Tubby Smith, I don't look at Tubby Smith and think that he sold Kentucky. But he did a great job while he was there because he was a good basketball mind, consistent presence. Did you get Auburn basketball? Man, somebody's got to come in here and talk us into wanting to. And did you see that crowd last night? Holy moly. For Auburn?
Oh, yeah. Up against a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
You already know the power and reliability of a Mahindra tractor. Get ready to meet their ATV and UTV lines. Haul more and tow more. Do more. Reaching speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Models have a 12-inch ground clearance and the ability to haul up to 1,200 pounds. There's a Mahindra utility vehicle and a model specifically to get the job done. Test drive today at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. Serving Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, and Talladega counties. 256-392-3613.
Be the hostess with the mostest this holiday season at Chicken Salad Chick with our easy party catering. Need a quick appetizer? Stop by Chicken Salad Chick and grab a quick chick of any chicken salad flavor or the pimento cheese ball covered with crushed pecans and crispy bacon. Remember, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. For a limited time, our pumpkin cheesecake is back and it's delicious. Chicken Salad Chick can feed any holiday crowd with our custom-fit catering. 12 flavors of chicken salad, there's sure to be something for every taste bud.
Tires are important, and when getting a great price on tires, you want to get it right. So make the short drive to Wright's Tire in Sylacauga. Wright's Tire can get you any make or model of tire, and they make the drive worth it with volume pricing. Whether North Tallapoosa, South Talladega, or Coosa County, make the right choice, the right selection, the right service, and the right price. All at Wright's Tire on Fort William Street in Sylacauga. Call for a free quote, 256-245-7778, and get the right price on tires.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Since the dawn of time, mankind has needed tools. But not all tools are created equal. AGF Machine Rental Sales and Service has tools for all commercial construction or big residential projects. AGF Machinery offers the most durable and hardworking brands of ASV, Skyjack, and Wacker Neusen. Aerial lifts, scissor lifts, loaders, excavators, and forest equipment on demand for the best possible price. And backed by the Southeast's best team of professionals. Visit any of our strategic locations across Alabama for all your equipment needs. Or online at agfmachinery.com.
Expect it or not, the loss of a loved one is difficult. Put your family first by planning ahead. This is Joseph Dean, new owner of Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers. We are a full-service funeral home with an on-site crematory and cemetery. Whether your need is immediate or you would like to plan in advance, our experienced, compassionate staff can assist you in designing an enduring memorial experience, burial, or cremation. Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers on Highway 280 in Camp Hill or online, alabamafuneralhomes.com.
Harbor Point Ship Store has everything to make your day on the lake more enjoyable. Come on out to the biggest marina on the water. They have pizza, hot dogs, burgers, and more. Get your gas, groceries, snacks, ice, and everything you need for a fun day on the lake. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned boat? Harbor Point has the best selection around of everyone's favorite Crest pontoons and Four Winds boats. Harbor Point also has a great selection of pre-owned boats. Come on out and take a look at Harbor Point, Marina Point Road in Dadeville. Get to the point.
Hi, I'm Kurt Bowman, General Manager of Baden Toyota of Sylacauga.
And I'm Coco. Do you owe more on your vehicle than it's worth? Are you stuck with high interest rates? We may be able to help.
If you've made your last 12 consecutive payments on time and would like to get a new vehicle for the same or close to the same payment and save thousands of dollars in interest, you may qualify.
So come by and see us and let us show you the Vaden way.
Vaden Toyota of Sylacauga, located on Highway 280 in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you, taking you up to 1 o'clock. Mike Leach going to Mississippi State to take over the Bulldogs as head coach. It will, if nothing else, it will be entertaining to watch, see how this all unfolds. You got Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss, you got now Mike Leach at Mississippi State, you got Ed Orgeron at LSU. Gus Malzahn, who knows what he's, the ever-present Nick Saban. The SEC West is no doubt the most difficult conference in the country. Now it may be, I don't even know, it's like a cocktail party, man. I don't know what in the world. You got all kind of characters coming in.
Well, I will say there's no reason to believe that Mike Leach is not going to put a quality product out there for Mississippi State. I can say that. He's been too many places that have been tough to win without him that he's won, that there's no reason that you should think that he's going to get run over by these coaches. So if I were Mississippi State again, I would be thrilled with the news today.
Yeah. So, if you got thoughts on that, let us know. Going back to Auburn's win over Vanderbilt last night, Bruce Pearl had some things to say after that game. He said, "I'm not happy with how we played, particularly on the offensive end in the second half. We were just not very sharp. 1 of 9 from 3, a little discombobulated. We can get better, and we will. We are a good team, still not very good."
I think he's telling the team that, but I think it's also true. I don't know that there is a very good team in the SEC this year. I think Auburn's a really good team. But we aren't to the level where you can go out and just run away from folks because we just don't shoot it well enough to do that. No. And it's starting to become a consistent issue that we aren't ever 45% from 3. Last year, we just went on runs. Mm-hmm. And we go on runs where you'd hit 6 or 8 of them, and you look up, we're up by 20 points, and you're like, where did this come from? But it became...
Now we go on runs where we're 0 of 8.
But it became part of the norm. This year, we really need D'Angelo Purifoy to become more of a consistent scorer. I think he's our best shooter from 3. From just a sheer look of when the ball comes out of his hand, but we need him to get hot. And he looked like he had a lot more confidence out there last night. I loved the dribble drive penetration that he had. He had a dunk that was beautiful, but he also had a little up and under with the left on the coming from the right side with the left that I thought was something different than we've seen from D'Angelo since he's been gone his freshman year. So he's still a big-time key, and I think you're just going to have to ride the wave with Samir Dowdy.
Auburn's 14-0 because they have learned how to win. Bruce Pearl has taught them how to win.
It's a culture.
Yes, it is. That's the only reason Auburn's 14-0.
We play so hard, Andy. So hard. And it's different guys every night. Jamal Johnson, does he score last night?
Nah.
He didn't score.
No.
What was
I don't know if he scored in a couple of games.
But 3 games ago, he was 4 of 6 from 3, and I think he had 14.
Yeah.
So he can get it.
Well, Anthony McLemore had 2 against Mississippi State. He had 14 against Vandy.
And he had 14 in the first half last night. So you've got guys that, and I don't see anyone, which winning does this, but I don't see anyone pouting. So that's a culture.
Yeah, the mental makeup of this team I'm really starting to like. They don't panic.
No.
And I'll get to that. Bruce Pearl said the guys did a good job. They hung in there. They didn't panic. They made enough plays to finish the job. And that's, again, making free throws down the stretch. As bad as the free throw shooting has been, when it's really come down to it and they had to have it, they've gotten it this year. They have got a very mentally strong team, and that's going to help them immensely as the season goes along.
All right, 2 other quick things that I think won the basketball game last night. Athleticism won that game for Auburn last night. Length.
Yeah.
Those two blocks that we had when Vandy is getting into the paint, deep into the paint, and D'Angelo Purifoy has a block off the backboard, and D'Angelo Purifoy on an inbounds play jumps up, athletically beats the guy to the basketball, and when asked after the game what did he think when he made that steal, and he said, well, I thought we got a W. And he is dead on. But that's things that Auburn basketball hasn't had the privilege of throwing out there on the court too often. When you go, I think we're more athletic than just about everybody we play. I do.
Yeah.
Name a team in the SEC, because Kentucky's going to throw a lot of young guys out there at you. They're not grown men. We're playing a lot of older guys that are very good athletes out there, and I think that you're seeing a bit of a difference. But the second thing I wanted to say, it's easy to draw up a play for a freshman getting down on the low post and feeding down to the low post with a nice little bounce pass and all the timing come together with 1 minute to go. But a lot of problems can come into that with the timing and when his turn is. Does he actually catch the darn ball when it's coming into him? That play to Okoro at the end that Bruce Pearl drew up, that's just good coaching, buddy.
Yeah.
And bad coaching doesn't make that happen.
No question about it. You mentioned it earlier in the show. Bruce said, I told Matt Norlander from ESPN, we don't have 5 seniors, we have 6. Talking about Okoro, he knows how to defend, he knows how to communicate, not afraid of the moment, makes big plays. Obviously, he is so fun to play call for because he can do things inside and out. Every time he puts the ball on the floor and takes the ball to the basket, he scores and gets fouled.
I think a key with him is, can he shoot free throws at a mid-70s mark to close out the season? Because we're going to go to him more. We're about to use him a lot more in the post.
Yeah.
It looked like we started to last night. I don't think we necessarily need him to shoot well from the three-point line, but if he were to get hot like Okiki got at the end of the year last year shooting threes, watch out. Because he's got it doesn't look unorthodox. It doesn't look put on when he's shooting the ball. I know that that's not his skill set, and why teams are coming after him is not necessarily for what he brings on the offensive end, even though he's a good offensive player. But he doesn't look unorthodox on the offensive end. I think his ceiling's really, really high, and he's just starting to kind of get his legs under him.
Jerry Stackhouse said, we're playing a really good team, great atmosphere. I just thought that we weathered the storm. Whenever they did make their runs, we found a way to get stops. Our guys competed. We got a lot of positives to take from tonight. Again, I agree with him 100%. Vandy's going to be okay. They're going to beat some people this year.
Broadcaster said they couldn't hear the whistle.
Could not hear the whistle.
And said they heard crickets chirping about 5 years ago.
We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
Mortgage Pro is the new standard for mortgage loans. While other banks are taking 45 to 60 days to close a loan, Mortgage Pro is making it happen in less than 15 days. Your mortgage loan goes from start to finish in less than 15 days. Mortgage Pro is able to make this happen by having the most advanced technology and a highly trained staff with over 98 years combined experience. If you're looking to buy a home or refinance your current mortgage, call Mortgage Pro and let our team go to work for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment on this Thursday afternoon. Auburn defeats Vanderbilt last night, 83-79. They'll take on Georgia this Saturday at 5 o'clock. Georgia, a pretty good team coming in, 10-4, although they are 0-1 in the league. We talked about the breaking news of the day. The Pirate is going to Mississippi State. So who gets the better coach? Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin or Mississippi State with your boy?
You know my answer.
Well,
look, if I and I mean this with all sincerity, if something were to have happened with Gus Malzahn and you said Randy Mike Leach is going to get the head coaching job, I would have been happy with that.
You were talking he should have gone to Arkansas. Arkansas should have offered him whatever they wanted.
Well, Arkansas, yeah. But I think Mississippi State's a better destination than Arkansas.
Okay.
I think the Joes and Bows are a lot better in Mississippi State's backyard than they are in Arkansas. I believe that.
I would agree with that.
Look, I live in Alabama, and I see the dudes that we see every Friday. I know in the All-Star events what they have to choose from that maybe Auburn and Alabama pass on in this state that they can take advantage of, and other states. I think Mike Leach is the better get. JJ just mentioned in here that his thoughts were whoever recruited the best would be the best in the long term, and I agree with that. I don't know who I would turn to say they would. I'd have to look and see what on a consistent basis when Ole Miss wasn't cheating, who gets the best guys recruiting.
I'm going to say Lane Kiffin. I'm going to say Ole Miss gets the better of this because I think Lane Kiffin will recruit a little better. I don't think Mike Leach I don't think his recruiting rankings have ever been. He's like a Dan Mullen. I mean, he's always taken 3-star guys and coached them up. He did that at Texas Tech. He's doing that at Washington State. I'm assuming he'll do that again at Mississippi State. They can get a couple of 5-star guys at Ole Miss, and I think they'll throw in some guys, and I think they'll get the better on paper. Now, I don't know what his staff will look like. I mean, I don't know what his staff will end up being for Lane Kiffin if he can stay out of trouble too. That's the big thing. Kiffin's obviously got some issues that are, and I've said that to somebody when he was hired. I said, I'll make this prediction that when Lane Kiffin leaves Oxford, it won't be because of what happened on the field. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will. And, it's hard to say. It's very hard to say, Andy, that has he learned his lesson?
And these are the 5th and 6th best teams in the West.
But he has been a consistent winner again as a head coach. Now,
Yeah.
It was at a second-tier conference, and I get all of that. But he has proven that he can go somewhere and win and maybe be a little better. I don't think anyone questions the offensive mind that he has.
Can either of those guys unseat Auburn or Texas A&M right now?
Can either of those guys coach or at least hire the right person to coach up the defensive side of the ball to be competitive in the SEC is going to be a key too. Who hires the best defensive staff? Both are going to have dudes. There's too many of them around here.
Yeah.
Washington State, I don't know. I may go out there and see and say, man, they do not match up with us on the lines of scrimmage. Can we lose to them? Of course, because Auburn always seems to be able to lose to just about anyone during this stretch. It doesn't mean we do consistently, but we can lay an egg just like we did against Minnesota, against a team that you hope that you have better Joes and Boes than they do. The recruiting rankings show that we do, but it sure didn't look that way as we got whooped on the line of scrimmage all afternoon.
It did not.
But which one of them hires the best defensive staff, I think, is going to be a key too.
I agree.
I think they both did themselves justice, though. I think the fan bases have to be pretty happy unless I can't imagine why Mississippi State's fan base wouldn't be thrilled. And the only ones at Ole Miss that I could see having a problem were those that go, God, do I have to deal with this dude?
Yeah.
All the Raiders stories, the way that he handled himself at the end at USC, it just smelled. So there's got to be maybe a few. But the ceiling's high with Lane Kiffin.
Yeah. Only got a couple more minutes left in today's show. As we mentioned, Auburn did open preseason baseball practice yesterday. They are the number 6 ranked team in the preseason poll by perfect game. Auburn, one of 9 SEC teams in the top 25. Vanderbilt ranked number 2. Louisville ranked number 1. Let's see. Arkansas at number 5. Mississippi State at number 8, Georgia at number 10, Florida at number 13, Ole Miss at 19, LSU 20, A&M at 22. Auburn snuck in there at number 6. But again, going back, a lot of guys coming back. Rankin Woolley, Connor Davis, both those guys, were at the tops of the batting order. As far as average last year. You would figure Stephen Williams had that sophomore slump. He's going to come back and maybe be the player that we all saw him as a freshman. Hopefully, and you talk about that's a pretty good-looking 3-4-5 or 2-3-4 in your lineup, is it not?
Well, and you need all of them to be hot. You need all of them to stay that way. That was a big problem with last year's team, is that Stephen Williams did have a sophomore slump, and Holland just never really found it. He had moments, but he never got back to the level that we had seen the previous year. So we'll see. Pitching, as long as the arms hold up and we're
due for some good
year.
luck there, I think.
I think so, too. So if the health can hold up, the ceiling's extremely high for this pitching staff. And when you have pitching like that on Friday and Saturday night to get started in conference play, and you're going to be able to throw the 2 that we're going to throw out there to begin those, you got to like your chances. And I love our chances this year, and I think we got one of the best coaches in the country.
As you mentioned, Tanner Burns, back Jack Owen, back Bailey Horn, who really came on late last year and pitched well. Those 3 guys, they may be your 3 starters. You throw in those freshmen that pitched really well last year, got so much experience. Richard Fitz, Brooks Fuller, Will Morrison, Carson Skipper, Garrett Wade, all those guys. And you got Cody Greenhill coming back to close things again this year as a junior. So
just off the hoof, Richard Fitz, ceiling really high. I know I keep saying that, but I think that this guy could be a 1 at some point in time and could move himself to where we look at the end of the season, I'm hoping, and say this guy is a 1. One of the best stories of the entire season last year was Brooks Fuller. the more you gave him the ball down the stretch, the more you wanted to see him with it in his hand.
Yep.
And that's a confidence level, and I know he's from a great baseball family over there in Auburn, and so you kind of expect it. But good to see that, and this is a deep staff when you reel off all of those guys.
And again, dynamite recruiting classes, so a lot of freshmen wanting to play. That's going to wrap it up for us. We'll be back with you tomorrow, same time, same channel. For Randy Lee, I'm Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.